starting the stream here. We're basically trying to get the stream set up, mostly. Let's see here. Let's open in a live container. And that's working. YouTube is working. I don't know about Twitch. Looks like Twitch is working. Another live container. And I'm just gonna talk here a little bit to make sure everything sounds good. And I'm just gonna talk here a little so today we are trying to create another game engine. This is something that I want to work live in person um, to show you what it looks like in the back end of programming because it's pretty boring and I just want to stream something. I don't know. Um, so yeah, we got that going. Um, bring up chat here. Play chat. Yeah. Now chat is up, code is up. Let's get this going. So what I'm gonna do is git clone from my Git repository. So we have this game engine. What I'm gonna do is get remote add. I'm actually gonna go up a directory here and then remove game engine here actually because I actually want to clone CPP template into game engine. This is my template file. This is basically what I primarily use for programming. I'll show you everything in here. So this is everything. I'm gonna open up this up in Sublime, but let me go ahead and push the initial commit stuff. So get remove origin, remote, remove origin, get remote add origin, get at get ssh.root 3287 site. And get push origin master. So basically, all the code that's right here, I cloned it from one repository. I'm pushing it onto game engine repository. Give a second here, and it's pushed. Normally I would get like a notification on Slack or something, Discord, saying that there we go. I pushed code, and if it in a few moments here, I will know if it's working or not. Actually, I can bring it up right here. So here's the code. And we know the pipeline has passed, so the CI is working. Um, and yeah. So if I open this up in Sublime, I like using Sublime. I can use Vim, but Sublime Text is pretty good with this. You can see I have this include and this source folder. Actually, let's start with the Premake 5 since this contains all of our project directories. Our output directory would be in this bin folder. So bin and bin int. It's whatever the build configuration and the system is. And include whatever directories we want. So this would be the array of include directories. The project name would be game engine. I really don't have anything. And to be honest, I should actually copy that and paste it right there. The start project would be our main, but I'm going to call the sandbox. This is only for Visual Studios stuff, so don't need to worry about this. But sandbox. We have a PCH already loaded. That's over here. This is the PCH precompiled header. This basically have our precompiled include stuff, so that's good. We already touched on the target directory and the object directory. We have some defines for to tell which system we're on. Same with configurations. And now let's start with our projects. So this is going to be our core. This is going to contain the Vulkan, our core project files. It's gonna be including from include core mostly. We can also do the include, but I'm gonna actually come up here and do my includer and just globally include the file. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to globally include it and then just per project include its project, so that's something. We can actually copy all of this and paste this down here. And this would be our sandbox project. So sandbox. Oh, back at core here, we're gonna have to use a shared lib. We're using shared library, and I like to define a saying that this is a DLL. Anyways, our sandbox would be our actual applications. So sandbox. Sandbox. So this would contain our sandbox stuff. Nothing much. This is our or different applications or our actual applications. So we got that going. Let's see here. Anyways, that looks good. Core looks good. So let's actually change the CI. Since it's using a CI, we're going to use sandbox here. And we're going to make a hello world first. Dev environment. I think I have another environment for game programming. Give me 1 second while I bring that up here. HTTP test. CI.yaml. Yeah, so I do have a dev graphics image in Docker. It's just an Ubuntu image with Vulkan and OpenGL installed. You got build, recursive, make, pre-make 5, and make. Just basic stuff. And yeah. Under the sandbox, we want to link our core application, so we do want to link the core, which would link that. And yeah. Close that. Let's clear everything. And then do a pre-make 5. Actually, we do want to make a folder for our sandbox first thing. So new folder, sandbox. And then in our sandbox here, we're gonna do a new file, main.cpp. Include pch at HTTP. There is a bug in the PCH, or not really a bug, but there's gonna be a warning in the GCC saying that Pacman once isn't in main. Don't need to worry about that. It's just gonna be fine. So main, and I like to do int argv or c char pointer argv. And then just do a c standard c out of hello world. We can return 0, but we don't need to. So pre-make 5, pre-make 2, make now. That warning, like I said, don't really need to worry about that. And that's all good. Sandbox. Yep. So if I do bin sandbox, hello world, easy peasy. I'm gonna commit here. So clear, git add, git commit. Hello world. All right, so we create our first Hello World programs. 3 files, 37 insert, whatever. We have our Hello World, so that's good. Let me make sure this. All right, get some music for me because I am bored. Now, we got our main application here. We want to like, I don't know, have a way to debug allocations, I guess. That's one of the first things that I want to do. So under includes, we're gonna create a new folder called core and a new folder called sandbox. All right, so now in the sandbox here, we're gonna say debug.hpp. And this is mainly our debug stuff, so if def once if def debug, because we don't want these symbols to be accessible during debugging or outside of debugging. So the first thing I want to do is overwrite the operator new. So void pointer operator new, and then we want size t size. Of course, I can put this in a CPP, but I'm just gonna do it right here. So struct memory metrics. So we're gonna have a variable called allocated. This is how much we allocated so far, and you enter to read. And so this struct will just basically hold a variable called allocated and free. Every time we allocate new memory, allocated goes up. Every time we free in memory, free will go up. And our total would be how much we allocated minus how much we freed. So that's good. So let's do this new operator. We want to return size or malloc size. We're gonna allocate memory on the heap on with that much, or allocate memory at somewhere, to be honest, with that size. So, and then it'll return a void pointer. So get that going. Void operator delete void pointer memory size t. So now what this is gonna be oh yeah, we're down here. We're gonna free this memory, so free memory. This is basically what the new and delete does. A lot of it's in the background, but this is basically what new and delete does. Memory allocation, yes. So we want to keep a static memory metrics, memory metrics, let's say. This metrics is basically gonna allocated equals plus equals size, and then we turn, and then metrics dot read plus equals size, and there we go. That's pretty much all of our metrics. So gonna do some allocations here to test this out. And yeah. So let's include this bug.hpp. And now we want to do, I really don't like doing the static namespace stuff, but I kind of have to. I'm gonna leave this here because I'm not sure what to do with it. I know this is static to this one file here, so I think it's gonna work. Otherwise, it's undefined. No, I don't think it's undefined behavior, but yeah, let's try it. std cout metrics dot total. Okay, so we're gonna print out the total bytes when we start the application. Let's do a struct entity. This is just temporary, but this is gonna have an int x, y, and z, and that's gonna be 4 bytes in total, so 4, 8, 16. Entity e, and then we're gonna basically copy this line here. It should say 16 now. Hello world, and I think I can. I'm actually gonna allocate this on the heap because I want to control when this entity gets killed. So there we go. Let's make it now. And here we go. Here's all the errors we're gonna get. Um, yeah, we gotta put the three. Did I like? Three. Eh? Oh wait. There we go. So entity needs to be a pointer here. And it should be char double pointers. So let's test this out. So yeah, so we start with 0 bytes, and then we allocate 12. I guess 3 bytes? Hold on. Um, or maybe this is. Oh yeah, they're 4 bytes each, and I have 3 elements, so yeah, 12. I miscounted a lot. So we do allocate 12 bytes. I said my hello world, and then we got rid of those 12 bytes. So that's working, at least. Um, we can define this debug anywhere now, I think, mostly. So, yeah. But that's our metric system, so let's get rid of all this testing code here. and then commit it. So yeah, we got our debug allocator started. So that's a little bit a first piece of code that we have here. Um, what else should I add? I should do logging. Um, and I'm actually gonna do logging next because logging is a crucial portion of our code base. Um, I do have a way that I like it to be set up here. So give me 1 second here. So we're going to use Dear I am GUI. No, that's something else. We're going to do SPD log to do our logging. So let's go into the terminal, clear, and get this logger to work here. So get sub module add to our vendor SPD log. All right, so we have this vendor SPD log and include. I believe we do not want the include, but a well, actually include, but logger.h. Do we need to compile SPD log? It's been a while since I did everything here. Platforms, package manage. Sure. Um, headers only, or yeah, so they have a header only. Um, asynchronous logging. Copy the source folder to your build tree. Alright, so to include SPD log, it looks like we just need to include the headers. So, in premic 5, include directory. We're going to look in the vendor, SPD log. I got a message, I think. No. SPD log, and then include. I'm gonna do this for the core and the sandbox. Logging would be mostly on the core side, to be honest. So let's do a new file. Pragma once, and then hashtag include spd log log.h, I think. Yep. And use a C++11 compiler. Hey. But yeah, that's pretty much it for log. Not it, but I need to create a logger. Um, I do want to create our different loggers. So what I'm gonna do is, I already wrote this code once. I don't want to write it again. Spent 2 weeks since the last update to this? Wow. Um, I really don't know what to name this game engine, but I'm gonna start putting this in a namespace. Um, I'm gonna just put it in GE for game engine. We can go back and change it, but we're gonna have this log class in GE. Our public and private members, and yeah. So static. We're gonna have this as a shared pointer. spd log logger core. Static void init, and then in that magic, I renamed the core to logger as a general logger. And then return logger. I can do logger like that, but yeah, let's do that for staff members here. And then in the source file, we need a new log.hpp, and then we want static void init log ge log. I'll put this under the namespace. This is where we're gonna initialize our variables and also static shared include source core log. Okay, so we are defining this as the same. So logger or log dot logger. We're initializing that variable and then we initialize it in here. So we want svd log set pattern, and I already have a pattern set over here that I like. Which is time, which logger, and whatever output there is. And then we initialize this logger. Logger equals sp equals svd log standard out color mt logger set level set trace, and that should be it. So our general logger has been set up here. That's pretty much it for the core side. Double check everything. Yep. But we're gonna now include core log.hpp and log init, and we're just gonna do true info hello world. Since we're gonna create a new file, we gotta do pre-make5 gmake2 and make it. Okay, spd log. Okay, standard out color empty. Cannot def. All right, so we get this logger. we got an error. Let's start at the top here. Invalid decorator before get logger. When use the function as opposed to declaring. Oh, so when we do this, we don't need to call static. SPD log standard out color. Okay. Cannot declare member function static void to have static limit. Oh wait, did I put static in? Yeah. Now get logger. Yeah, I put a void instead of a. But yeah, SPD log standard out. Um. Oh, I forgot an include here. So our logger cannot be found. So we look into core log.hpp. Should copy this over. Log get logger. Rebuild everything here. Error log has not been declared. Okay. Um. Core log.hpp. Oh wait, it's GE log, isn't it? And then if we just sandbox it, hello world. Here we go. We're all good. So we got our logger now. We could make multiple logging instances, but I'm gonna call this a night here. We got what we got here. We started a project. We have this. We have a memory allocator, and we also have logging. So that's three things. So SPD log added logger. Pushing everything. Hopefully the pipeline passed. Let's spring that pipeline. Push, and I think it failed. So currently running. So here's the pipeline, preparing the environment. Make, gmake, pregnant once. So finish, and how about test? Test should be done pretty quick. Job succeeded, logger, hello world, and job succeeded. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on my Discord. And yeah, hope you all have a great day.